Hello, and welcome to my review for the House of Staunton Deluxe Tournament Edition set. I did make some upgrades to the set when I purchased it. We'll go into that a little bit later. First, we have the case itself. It's a really nice bag. Has a little holder here for a bottle of water if you wish to put something in there. This little side pocket is for pens or pencils. This front section, you can put folders or chess workbooks or something along those lines if you wish to. You can't put a dog in there. Now, the holder has a little strap here that you can put on your shoulder, maybe around your neck if you wish to go that route. And this, I really like this. It contours to your hand a little bit and it's really sturdy. I quite like that. I'm going to open the main section here. This main pocket, I will see first, is where you would keep your chessboard. More into that later. We have two sections here for your black and white pieces, and a section here in the middle for your chess clock, which we'll be going into a little bit later. So far, I'm really impressed. This seems like a good quality case, and I'll most likely be using it a lot. Next, we have the chess clock itself. I quite like the chess clock. There's a little preset button on the back, which lets you change the time. I like how these aren't actually buttons. They're, well, you actually tap them. You don't actually press them down very hard or anything, which I think is really cool. And turn this off, turn this back on. And something else that I like is how with the app, you can change the time controls with your phone. So if we set this to a 30-minute with a 10-second delay, you would use NFC to activate it. You have to be a little careful though, because if you're trying to do this, you may accidentally tap the button. So, with a little beep like that, it's now working, and you have a 10-second time delay. And with each move, you can tap the button and switch which player is which. So overall, I quite like this as well. There's a little on-off button on the back here, well, a switch on the back as well. So, yeah, I quite like this as well. So far, so good. Next, we have the pieces themselves. And honestly, I think they look good. They are triple weighted, so I like how they feel on your hand. And overall, I'd say that these look really good as well. They do come with 2 extra queens. The only thing that's a little bit of a bummer is here on this white king, there's a tiny little black mark here. I haven't been able to get rid of it really, but it's a tiny, barely noticeable thing. And I'll absolutely deal with it when it comes to how the pieces feel. I quite like how they feel in the hand. And this is a set that I can see myself using quite a bit in regards to the pieces. So great job again. Now this is a part of the review that's a bummer. Overall, I like how the board looks. It looks really nice. There are some blemishes, but I can absolutely deal with that because this is going to be played with, not stored or looked at more than anything else. But this is a problem right here. So overall, this is a foldable board, but if you fold it this way, which you shouldn't be able to do very well, you can kind of see wood being torn out of the board just a little bit from the screws. I don't believe that's something that you should be able to do. It does fold back this way, and there is felt, which is nice, but the folding the other way part of the board is what I really don't like. It makes me question the structural integrity of this board. I did contact House of Staunton, and they are going to be sending me a replacement board, but this is supposed to be a $99 board. Is this really something that is acceptable? Is this something that they can say is okay to be sold? I bought $20 to $30 chess sets at Walmart that didn't have the structural integrity that this does. Granted, overall the presentation is better, but when it comes to just how I'm able to fold it the other way and the screws tear into the wood, I really don't like that. That's a real quality control issue that you would think that would be the first thing you would notice, because this wasn't shrink wrapped or anything like that. This did have some wrapping around it and some plastic, I believe, to hold it in place, but I don't believe that this was just bought and presented. And while I can kind of give a little bit of benefit of the doubt that this was bought with a bundle, that still doesn't mean that this level of quality control issue is acceptable. If it's too much of a good deal for the customer, then just use a cheaper board, right? Well, I'm going to pause the review here and update it when the new board comes. Thank you for watching part 1, everyone.